Hey YouTube, so this is the other guy coming to you tonight. Please excuse the sound and you hear them in the background. My nephews came from Southern Cal, stay with my boys, and so they're having a lot of fun catching up, playing games in the family room. So that's the reason why you are hearing the kiddos yelling in the background. So anyway, in tonight's episode, I am doing a review on a custom knife that I ordered and had just arrived. Now, this package was supposed to arrive on the 23rd of this month, but I guess because of the Christmas shipping and stuff like that, the United Postal Services notified me that it was gonna arrive late. So it arrived a couple days late. Just got home right now, and I received it from the mail. This is a Louis Martin custom knife. Came shipped in a box like this. It had a rubber band tied to it like that, and so the shipping carton was damaged. I don't know how it got damaged, but see, there's damage like that too. So I'm doing a first-hand review of this knife. First impression, that is. Now it is a Skinner knife, and according to the eBay seller, the blade is about 3.5 inch long, and it's got a wooden handle. So let's do a first impression opening of the box. Okay. So if you are interested in this knife right here, I can put it in the site in the description below. And if you're interested, click on it. It'll take you to that eBay site, and it'll advertise that knife. Ooh, it came in not sheathed, but wrapped in a plastic bag. Okay, let's look at the sheath first. So this is the sheath. It is made out of leather, typical sheath. Okay, belt loop. Okay, nothing special about the sheath. It's just that it's leather. So this is the bad boy right here. Like I said before, it's a Skinner. Excuse me. I'm at the end of a cough of an illness that I somehow contracted. So it's a dry cough. So this is the Skinner. That's the blade, and let's open it. It's got a point guard right here for shipping. So, okay, so the point guard came out really easily. Okay, so then it's wrapped like that, and it's oily. Okay, so first impression, it came in all lapped in oil. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the shiny residue of the oil on my hand, but the blade is oily. Yeah, there you go. You can see the reflection of the oil. So it's not the sharpest. Okay, it's not the sharpest. I can sharpen it, and I guess I could do a sharpening session on this knife to show you how I sharpen my knife. So let's see. Yeah, it's dull. Yeah, it's pretty dull. Yeah, it's dull. So it ain't worth cutting anything because it's pretty dull, but we can make it sharper. Okay, so this knife is supposedly 1095 steel, combined with 15N20 steel. These are high carbon steel. It does rust, so you have to take care of it. I think this is how you hold it. Well, I don't know. I don't know why they made a hole here, but for aesthetic purposes. But it's supposed to be a Skinner knife. So that's that. And here goes in like this. Okay, it's a Skinner. So that's how it looks like. So let's go sharpen it and then test it. You see this? Okay. It's not that sharp, but let's see if we can make it sharper. Okay, I bought this from my brother-in-law. So after I sharpen this, it should be better and it should be ready for skinning. So the thickness of the knife is about 5 millimeter. Okay, the blade is about 2.5, 3 inch. Okay, and the handle is a full-size handle, like how a knife ought to be. Okay, I think ergonomically it's pretty nice, and I can imagine, you know, holding the skin and skinning it. Okay, so it holds pretty well. I can't wait to skin an animal with this. But what it is I bought this from my brother-in-law. He's a hunter, and he shot his fair share of bear and whatchamacallit, deer. So this will be a surprise for him. There. Like I said, if you are interested in the site on where I bought this, I'll put a link below here, and you can click on it. Now the steel here, because they've combined two types of steel together, they were able to roll it, forge weld it into a Damascus steel. Okay, so this is a Damascus steel knife, Skinner. Okay, it's really pretty. I really like the way Damascus steel forms. Okay, so it's really nice. It's like a fingerprint, unique to its own. All right, so let's go sharpen it and come back and see how sharp this thing is. So how I like to sharpen my knife is I like to use this little belt sander here. It is a Harbor Freight tool belt sander, item number 34951, and I'd like to buy very high grit, what do you call it? Gosh, what is that word? It's escaping me, but I like to start with a 600 grit belt sander, a belt. And so this is a 600 grit, and then I graduate to a 800 grit, and then eventually a 1000 grit. Now this belt sander here, it's not a very expensive item. To me, it's worth every penny that I've invested in it. I've used it for fabrication, for sharpening my knife, for a whole lot of stuff, and that's that, right? So how I do this, I know, I'm not a professional knife sharpener, right? So how I do this is I hold this right here, and I eyeball this, and hold it at an angle, and shave away. I try to be as consistent as I can. Ooh, already sharpened a little bit. Try to be as consistent as I can, and so that the blade was sharpened. Okay, so let's go strop this, and I'll show you how it looks like. Okay guys, so I'm back where I originally started. This is my homemade leather strop. So this is just a leather belt with polishing compound embedded in here. That's why it's great. That's why it's green. Okay, so this is how we strop this thing. Okay, like I said earlier, this is just a leather belt. Okay, and it has polishing compound on it. Okay, so that's why it's green. So you can see here, this is worn down pretty well, smooth. That's because this is the target area that I've been doing. So basically, all you do is align the curve of your edge to here evenly, and just drop like that. And I do it equally, so that's 2 lap. So I'm gonna do 4 laps. 3, 4. And I do it meticulously. This is the 5th one, where the edge touches the leather so that it'll get polished. Okay, so here I'm doing this one too. So that's 5 lap. So 1, 2. So I'm doing this in real time, and 6, 7, 8, and we'll see how sharp it is. Okay, you'll notice how dull it was. Okay, so now let's see how sharp it is. Okay, so what this thing does is that it polishes the edge, and depending on how you sharpen your knife, microscopically, the knife, however you sharpen it, is probably curved like that. All right, the edge is probably curved like this. So what the leather belt does is when you strop like this, okay, it brings the edge straight up. Okay. Oh, I'm going against. Okay, so let's see how sharp this edge is. Oh, that's easy now. Oops. See how easy that is? It's butter sharp. Oh, it cuts this thing like butter now. Oops. That's that. There you go. So, you know, when you test the sharpness of a knife, you do it on a newspaper clipping like this, because the paper here is thinner than regular paper, and almost any dull knife can cut the regular writing paper. But if you do it on this type of newspaper, you'll know the knife is sharp. See? Sorry. Sorry. Okay, let's sharpen it again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm sort of ambidextrous when it comes to certain things, so I can do things with both my hands almost equally well, especially when I shoot pool. I was born left-handed and bullied into using my right hand by my older brother when I was a kid, a small child. So now I'm right-handed, but sometimes my left hand shows and shines through because I was born left-handed. Yep. There we go. I'm actually shaving those. So it's pretty sharp right now. Let me know what your thoughts are. This knife, I thought that it would come to me razor sharp, but as you can see, it's not razor sharp, and I had to sharpen it. So let me know what your thoughts are. I'm sure it'll make a good skinner. Those of you who skinned animal knows that this is the right curvature of a knife design to skin an animal. And a skinning knife does not have to be a Rambo knife. It's just a small knife like this. You can skin deer, bear, most animals that you shoot here in North America. So let me know what your thoughts are. This is a Louis Martin branded knife sold on eBay. If you're interested, the site will be listed below. Okay, that's that, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are.